So she knows that he beat up another female.
Correct, Your Honor.
And she still wants to be with him.
Correct, Your Honor.
I guess there are limited men available.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Texas versus Michael Lee Kilgore. And are you Mr. Kilgore?
Yes, ma'am.
Application for deferred adjudication or community supervision.
Your Honor, the state is waiving counts 1 and 2 and proceeding as to the lesser included charge of assault, bodily injury, married cohabitation in count 3.
Understand the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of assault, bodily injury, married cohabitation. That is a class A misdemeanor. The range of punishment is anywhere up to $4,000 fine and up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail. All right. And have you spoken to the complainant?
We have, Your Honor, and she has been cooperative throughout this. We have let her know of our plea offer that was tendered to defense counsel, and she was on board with that offer.
All right. Court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding the guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor, he's ready for a fresh start. And in terms of if he is granted deferred adjudication, he would ask that his deferred adjudication be able to move with him in his new place that he plans on residing in, which is in another state.
And what state is this?
Indiana.
What city?
Indianapolis.
What county?
I'm not sure. Indianapolis.
Who do you know there?
No, my girl's there. She works for the NCAA. So that's
Who is your girl?
Diamond Chestnut.
No, I mean, what is her relationship? You say girl, but what does that mean?
Like she's my girlfriend.
And is she aware of your history?
Yeah, we've been together. We've known each other since high school, since freshman year. So.
All right.
Yeah.
But does she know about this case?
Yeah, of course.
Well, you say of course, but many times that's not the case.
Yes, Your Honor, she does know. I have been in communication with her regarding this case.
So she knows that he beat up another female.
Correct, Your Honor.
And she still wants to be with him.
Correct, Your Honor.
I guess there are limited men available. Do you have any children?
Yes, I do.
What are their ages?
2-year-old, I got a 3-year-old, I got a 5-year-old, I got an 8-year-old, a 7-year-old, and I got a 6-month-old.
All right, that is not black excellent. All right. What's the date of birth of the 6-month-old?
I can't tell you right now.
What's the date of birth of the 7-year-old?
8/28, 2015. I got
the 8-year-old. What's the date of birth?
2014, April 25th.
5-year-old.
I don't know that one.
All right. Why would you use profanity and say the S word and then you don't know that one? What's the date of birth of the 3-year-old?
Can't tell you, I wasn't there.
What's the date of birth of the
I
2-year-old?
wasn't there. That's not my kids.
I'm sorry, what?
I said I couldn't tell you. I wasn't there. That's not their minds. I had DNA tests for them, so.
So you mean those are your children?
Yes, they are.
All right. When's the last time you had employment?
No, I have my own business, so.
So doing what?
A car dealership.
So do you have a car dealership in Indiana?
I have a master's business license that's registered to the Texas Sub Controller in San Antonio, Texas.
So you don't have a business in Indiana?
No, my business still will be here. So.
All right. And do either of these children, is their mother the complainant in this case?
No.
And I'm sorry, how old did you say you were?
I'm 27.
You're 27. You should not be dating 18-year-olds.
No.
I know 18-year-olds are legal under the law, but what is a 27-year-old doing with an 18-year-old? And when she was working at Jack in the Box, what employment did you have?
I still had a car dealership, so.
Yeah. And were you selling any vehicles?
Yes, I was.
All right. Who were you living with?
No, I live by myself. I have my own place.
Mm-hmm. All right. Any other questions?
Nothing based on that.
Nothing from defense, Your Honor.
All right. The court is going to sentence you to 2 years deferred adjudication. I don't know. Does he need parenting classes or need to stop being fruitful and multiplying? I don't know. But if you have children, you need to take care of your children. And taking care of your children is more than dropping money off to them for a few seconds.
No,
you cannot. No, you don't. You don't even know their date of birth. Like you don't even know when to send gifts to the 2-year-old for their birthday because you don't know when they were born. You don't know when the 3-year-old was born. You don't know when the 5-year-old was born. You sort of think maybe the 7-year-old, maybe that's their date of birth, and the 6-month-old, maybe that's their date of birth. But you really don't know when their dates of birth are. Do they have the same mothers?
No.
How many mothers are we talking about? So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 children, and they all have different mothers. All right, that is not black excellent. And so have those children even seen each other?
Yes, they have.
Do they even recognize themselves as their siblings?
Yes.
I highly doubt that. Here's the thing, when you start having children all over creation and they don't know that these are their siblings, for all you know, they could end up dating one of their siblings. And the reason why they don't know is because their father is just having children all over the planet. All right, 2 years deferred adjudication, the BIPP course. There's going to be regular reporting to probation by Zoom or in person. There's to be regular UAs. There's to be no contact with Sherry Garman. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. Field visits, do random, one time every 3 months. And the court is not allowing transfer to Indiana. All right, that is Black excellent. Good luck to you. Raise your right hand for me, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
You entered a plea of no contest to the offense of aggravated robbery. According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 10 years in the prison, a $1,500 fine, affirmative finding of a deadly weapon. The state is opposed to your application. The cases will run concurrent. They're taken in consideration. And then there's to be restitution to Ginobili. Any witnesses state?
No, no, just argument.
All right, defense, any witnesses?
Just not one.
All right. You're already under oath. State your name for the record.
Donnie Amaris,
Thank you, Judge. Donnie, how old are you?
19 family.
And briefly describe to the court what your upbringing has been to today. And if I need to help you out with some questions, let me know.
I think some questions for her.
Who was raising you when you were younger? Was it your grandmother, your mother, your grandfather, or somebody else?
I want to say my grandmother.
Okay.
All right, so you're going to have to speak up. If you don't speak up, the court reporter can't hear you. If the court reporter can't hear you, then I definitely cannot hear you. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, defense.
And when your grandmother was raising you, how old were you when she first started raising you, and how old were you when she stopped raising you?
Can't remember, but I want to say the age was around 12 when she stopped raising me.
So you, from the age of 12 until today, you've essentially been on your own.
Me and my brother have essentially been on our own.
Okay. And how old's your brother?
Right now, he's 18.
And you were providing for him at the time of the incident, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You've had an opportunity to go over this, the PSI report with me, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You understand that the court is going to have to grant community supervision, deferred or otherwise.
Yes, sir.
Why do you think you would be a good candidate for deferred adjudication in this case?
Because I know if given the opportunity, I wouldn't want to come back here at all.
Now, in the report, it indicates that you started using alcohol at the age of 13. Is that fair?
Yes, sir.
Can you describe what the effect that alcohol has on your ability to make good decisions?
Can't really describe it because I can't really remember.
Is it more likely than not that you're making bad decisions because of alcohol use?
Yes.
And you use some other illegal substance, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Do you think you'd benefit from getting some sort of substance abuse counseling?
Yes, sir.
Why do you think that would be beneficial to you?
Because right now, man, I think I need all the help I could get.
Okay. And you would also benefit from some job training, is that correct?
Yes.
And possibly a GED?
Yes.
Okay. Why didn't you finish school?
Dropped out at a young age.
But why'd you drop out?
At the time, I had me and my brother to take care of, and I was trying to give my mom money.
Now, in this report, it indicates that the reasons, there's a very specific reason that led to you being involved in this case. Is that correct? What was your occupation at that time?
I was selling dope.
And do you want to stop doing that?
Yes, sir.
One of the ways you can help do that is through the job education that can be provided in deferred adjudication.
Yes, sir.
You understand that this recommendation also says that you should go to SATF. You familiar with that?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think you would benefit from a pretty strict drug treatment program?
Yes, sir.
Are you asking the court to make that part of your deferred adjudication?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I'll pass.
All right, stay.
Your little brother's name is Danny, right?
Danny.
Danny. How old was he when this offense was committed?
18.
Was he 18? Because he was sentenced as a juvenile.
17 at the time.
And in the PSI, you indicate that it was your idea to
Yes.
and that Daniel did it because he loved you and he wanted help.
Yes, sir.
And you realized that there was a child that was in the home, right?
At the time, I didn't realize it.
But you're now aware that you pointed a gun at a child, a 3-year-old.
Unfortunately, yes, I'm aware.
And that the family, according to the PSI, what they said in their statements is that they no longer felt safe in their home and had to move because of what you did. Were you aware of that?
No, I wasn't.
So that is in the PSI. Nothing more from the state.
Donnie, are you sorry for what happened the day you committed this crime?
Yes, sir.
Tell the court why you're sorry and what effect it's had on you.
Why you're sorry
And what effect it has had on you.
I guess I would say I'm sorry because I don't think anybody should go through that type of incident.
And if you'd known that children were in the home or the child was in the home, would you have gone in there?
No.
What were your immediate thoughts at the time when you learned there was a child in the home?
At the time, I didn't know there was a child at the home at all. So,
And why were you going to that home other than to rob them?
but
From one of the residents?
yes,
Do you think it's a gross generalization that these people were so afraid of their home that they had to move when they were selling dope out of the home
a little bit. Yes,
from jail pass?
Didn't you stay not that far from where the home was? You stayed in the same apartment, right? So you were you Ginobili, is that correct?
yes,
You'd been there before to his home?
yes.
That's good.
All right. So this is what I want everybody to know. I always read the stipulations and I read the PSI report. So do I know that they were selling drugs out of that home while they held little children there? Yes, because that's what's in the police report. Do I know, based upon the police report, the stipulations, that you were going there pretending to want to buy drugs, but really you were going there to steal because maybe they had money in the home? So I understand all of that. Child Protective Services should be checking on those children in that home. So hopefully somebody is, because you shouldn't be selling drugs, but most definitely you should not be selling drugs when you have children in your house, because there are some assumptions of the risks, as we know from law school, that certain occupations have. And when you're a drug dealer, one of two things is going to end up happening. Either it's going to turn out to be Scarface with Al Pacino, or either you're going to prison, or either you're dying. That's what ends up happening. You're old enough to know better. So I'm going to deny your application. I'm going to find you guilty. Does anyone want to speak to the cap?
Yes, Judge.
All right.
Judge.
Yes.
Again, you heard that my client is young. He's had a pretty rough upbringing. We'd ask that you give him no less than.
Judge, we asked that you hit the cap. What happened here, again, it's not just that he chose to involve himself here, but he chose to involve his underage brother, had him go through this process. If it weren't for him, it's his idea. None of this would have happened.
All right. Why are you involving, you're still under oath, why are you involving your brother in this? Do you love your brother?
Yes, I love him, but that.
So why would you involve him in this, where he could have ended up getting killed?
At the time, I wasn't thinking straight, and he was the only other person I had on my side.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. And each cause number, the court is going to sentence you to 10 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. Cause numbers will run concurrently. There's a $1,500 fine, time and money around concurrent. There's to be restitution and no contact. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. We can go off the record. I understand that you may be sorry for what you did, or maybe you're not sorry. Maybe you're just telling me what I want to hear. But if you don't change your life, what's going to end up happening is there's always somebody that's bigger and badder than you, and your life may not turn out well. You understand?
Yes,
And don't be involving your younger brother in this. And he's over there by himself without your protection. You understand?
yes, Your Honor.
All right. Good luck to you.
Hello, I made a little video here for my subscribers. And you new guys, I wanted to say to all of my wonderful subscribers, thank you all so very much for making the choice in subscribing to my channel. Every single one of you that make up this number. I, like this monkey, would give you a big kissy kissy, but since I can't do that, what I shall do instead is think of you all the next time I take a bath. What I have also done to say thank you is create a playlist for my subscribers that watch my episodes to the end It's unlisted, so the only way you can access and save the playlist is by me giving it to you right now. So please accept this gift from me to you, as it will give you early access to episodes of mine before I release them publicly. Again, I cannot thank my subscribers enough for getting me off the ground. So, until next time, I'm off to have a bath.